Thank you, Carla. Now to a story of a Grand Rapids man caught in the middle of a romance scam. His photo was used to create fake dating profiles to trick unsuspecting women across the world into sending money. He didn't know what was happening until a victim contacted him directly. 13 on your side's Keely Levern spent weeks working on this story, talking to the man, the women, and the FBI about how these scam artists target their victims.
This story starts in San Antonio, Texas.
This is the epitome of catfishing.
In 2019, Stella Alvarez was recently divorced and joined a dating app. That's where she met this man who called himself Henry Lloyd Wright, an architect from Austin.
There were some things that were kind of alerting that clued me in a little bit that maybe this isn't real.
He wouldn't meet her in person or through video chat.
I remember asking to talk on the phone, and he said, okay, but remember, I have an accent. It sounded Middle Eastern to me. He did show me his passport, which was rather odd. You got to listen to your gut. And I listened, and I said, okay, let me check this guy out. And that's when I found the real Mark.
Henry Lloyd Wright was actually this man, Mark Saltzman, who lives right here in Grand Rapids. Stella reached out to Mark on LinkedIn, telling him someone had been using his pictures.
Several pictures of me that they had screenshot and taken from my Facebook profile.
Mark tried to get them to delete the fake profiles on social media, but he was immediately blocked.
Crossed that out and rewrote the number up here.
Little did he know a woman across the world was also falling for him. His face, that is. And he wouldn't find out until years later, in October of 2022, when this woman from Australia sent him an email.
When I contacted Mark and then he came back, I've gone, oh, that's just verification, that I have been a fool.
The woman asked to remain anonymous. For this story, we'll call her Alice. She'd been talking to and in a relationship with Henry Lloyd Wright for nearly 3 years.
Sending me all these, oh, you're a beautiful lady, sending me poems, sending me songs, and saying how much he loved me very quickly. And then he gave the indication that, eventually when we met, we would marry.
Alice, too, had some feelings that Henry wasn't who he said he was.
And I had questioned him about different things about him being, is that his true identity? And he got quite angry with me.
But unlike Stella, Alice had lost a lot more than just her time.
I reckon it's probably up to 70,000 Australia.
Over the years they spoke, Alice gave this person what totaled nearly $45,000 US, drawing even from her retirement fund. And it was all sent via cryptocurrency.
I sold some jewelry. I had savings.
He told her all kinds of lies, including that he and his friends needed money for a hospital bill.
So me being a sucker, I sent him money for that.
It wasn't until years into their relationship that Alice found out that Henry was actually Mark.
And then I thought, oh, Jesus, what's going on here?
And how she felt?
Betrayed and, very ashamed of myself because that I'd fallen for a scammer.
She spent 3 years on this person, lost money, time, and thinking it was me. And she was really angry, she was sad. Just had a lot of, it was just compassion for her.
Alice gave me the man's number who had scammed her, and I called him several times. No one ever answered.
Yes, it's unfortunately all too common.
Supervisory Agent Pete Ellis has been with the FBI for more than 17 years.
So they prey upon anybody that needs, like they talk about companionship, right? Teenagers all the way to very elderly.
Ellis says the scammers are usually a group of people working overseas.
But it doesn't take a lot of sophistication to do these. Right? They teach each other how to do this.
If you sense that something's not quite right, you're probably right. Women have incredible instincts.
And I don't want to think that these women are less than at all for falling for this. We've all followed this heart in a place where we shouldn't have gone.
Yes, don't be ashamed. If that does happen to you or you feel like you're being scammed, don't feel like you can't talk to somebody. We're out here, we're here to help.
And Keely joins us now from the control room. And Keely, what if someone watching this thinks they've been scammed? What can they do?
Yeah, so I had a pretty extensive conversation with Agent Ellis from the FBI, and he says, like you mentioned, don't be ashamed. You can always report it, even online, so you don't have to tell anybody else by going to FBI.gov, or you can file a complaint with their computer crimes unit by going to IC3 FBI.gov. We've got all of that information that'll be up on our website just this evening.
Thank you for